Now, after becoming the latest cosmetic craze on TikTok, a growing number of patients are undergoing forehead reduction, which involves surgically lowering their hairline.
Following years of feeling like she had to hide behind her fringe, 27-year-old Beth Hasey, have I said that right? Housey, thank you. Thank you, Beth. You spent £9,000 on treatment last month, and today she's here joining us. The treatment, I do apologise getting you.
Don't worry, that's fine.
It's so lovely to meet you. I've got to be honest with you, I have never heard of this procedure. No. When did you hear about it and where did you see it?
I think it was a couple years ago. I actually saw it on TikTok to start with.
Yeah.
And thought, oh my God, like I didn't even know this surgery was a thing. I thought the only option was a female hair transplant, which for me, the growing out phase of the hair, I just wouldn't be able to do it. So I kind of started researching it, got in contact with the same surgeon, and then just kind of went from there. And then, yeah, like a year later.
So let's take us back a little bit. When did you ever think were you not happy with your hair for a long time, or?
Yeah, from when I was really, really young. I mean, I literally remember Googling like forehead reduction when I was like
really?
7. Yeah, so that's my.
That's your before. I mean,
but is that you scraping that back now?
Yeah, yeah. So that would be like with how my hair is now, which is this hairstyle is something I would never have done before ever. So.
Oh my goodness! That's your before picture. I think you look lovely.
Thank you.
Was there a time where you didn't mind it?
No, never.
There was never a time?
Never. I mean, when I was really young, obviously, you don't really pay much attention to those things when you're really young, but when the sort of comments started happening in school, I then had a fringe cut in, and I've pretty much had a fringe my whole life until now.
So you've always had that fringe at
Yeah, like
school?
a full block fringe or a big sweeping side fringe that used to be fashionable, but isn't anymore.
But the thing is, you are absolutely beautiful. I think you're beautiful now. When was the actual? I mean, this hasn't happened lightly, has it? You've researched this.
Yeah, it took
this
me
has been a long time
yeah.
for you to do it. When you actually made the decision to go ahead, talk me through the procedure.
So I got in contact with the surgeons, administration people, and booked for a consultation. So the first thing was a Zoom consultation initially, like a 15-minute chat, just to kind of see what my concerns were and that kind of thing, and then arrange an in-person consultation. So I went to see Dr. Greg Brann on Harley Street.
Yeah.
And he was really, really lovely. We kind of just had a chat. He had a look at my forehead and measured all like the different proportions of my face. Yes. And said, I think this is where we should go. I mean, I wanted it really low, but he said, no, you look like you've got a hat on all the time. So let's go a bit higher. So I just went by what he said. And then, yeah, went away. You have an initial 2-week cooling off period where they say, just go away, think about it. Yeah. Don't rush, you know, and let us know if you want to go ahead. And then I got in touch, booked it for the following March, and it was back in October that I went, and then, yeah, here we are.
So how long now since you had it done?
4 weeks tomorrow.
That's incredible.
And how are you doing?
You never know.
I'm absolutely fine, yeah. And that's another thing that was a big selling point for me for this surgery was its instant results, and the recovery time is quite minimal compared to a hair transplant.
But how much pain afterwards? Was there a lot of pain? Are you on a lot of medicine?
The first few days, yeah, I was on a lot of like different painkillers and antibiotics and that kind of thing. And the first few days, I was in quite a lot of pain, but the tablets were really good. I was really, really swollen as well the first few days.
Yeah,
I had like big black eyes. But then after, I'd say the first week, I was pretty much fine. I was still taking a few tablets, but I was going out and about, like just, really? Yeah. I work from home as well, so I was back on my laptop working from home, so.
Looking back, Beth, do you think you would have felt like this without the barbs and without the insults and without all of it? Do you think
I think...
I guess what was the real reason for getting it done for you?
So, I mean, a lot of the articles that have come out really, really focused on the bullying, but I mean, it was like a few nasty teasing comments when I was in primary school.
But they do affect you at that young age,
yeah,
don't
they? That was obviously the initial starting point, but then going forward, it was just always an insecurity that I've had. And I don't know why or what kind of was the reason it continued, but yeah, it just did. And like I say, I had the fringe my whole life. And if I was like going down the street on a windy day, I'd be trying to cover it like this the whole time and like swimming in front of people that I didn't know very well, that kind of thing. I was just always really conscious of it.
You feel empowered now?
Yeah, without sounding too dramatic, I always say, it's quite freeing. And like, I just feel like I'm now, like, I can be my true self. I'm really confident. Like, I can post pictures on Instagram without a filter and that kind of thing.
So how much did they actually reduce it by?
So it's an inch in the middle and 2 centimetres on the sides, because I've got scars that go up here. So they brought the sides in as well, and then a scar along the front.
I guess the thing is, if you're a prisoner, even if you're a prisoner by your own making, you're a prisoner to it, right?
Yeah, yeah. And I felt like I was stuck with this fringe that I didn't want anymore. And like, I know a lot of people kind of say, well, just keep the fringe, like, why have you spent that much money? But I did it for me, so like, it's my choice at the end of the day.
Yeah, of course it is. Your money, your
You
choice,
look
absolutely.
absolutely beautiful.
What would you tell people that are watching this, that are thinking about it? Like,
I think,
because obviously, like you said, you've done this really responsibly. You've done it the right way. They've given you the cooling off period. So, what would you say to people? Should they obviously think long and hard?
yeah, definitely. I think surgery is a huge step, and I took a long time to think about it and make sure it was what I really, really wanted. But it can change your life, and it has changed mine, and I feel so happy now and that kind of thing. So I think it's life-changing, and if it's something that you want to do, research it and then go for it, like, really do it. But make sure you go to someone who's reputable.
Yeah.
Do it properly, you know, don't cut corners, try and get it cheaper anywhere else. Just do it properly, and then you'll be fine.
Great advice.
Thanks.
Thank you for coming in, Beth.
No
For sharing
problem,
your
thanks
story,
for
Beth.
having
Lovely to
me.
meet you.